One demon defeated, one boar-headed maniac unlocked, and a mountain full of spiders waiting ahead. Welcome back to Demon Slayer. After defeating Kyogai, Tanjiro rushes to check on Teruko and Kiyoshi. The moment he opens the door, the terrified kids start throwing random objects at him. With the drum demon gone, the drum they had been using to change rooms disappears too. It was the only way of escaping the demons, so now they're completely panicking. Tanjiro carries Kiyoshi on his back and heads for the exit. As they run, he catches the scent of Zenitsu and Shoichi, but he smells blood too. Outside, they find the boar-headed slayer kicking Zenitsu. He is calling him a coward and demanding he draw his sword and fight. Meanwhile, Zenitsu is on his knees, holding Tanjiro's wooden box with all his strength. Tanjiro is shocked. Shoichi is crying while Zenitsu weakly explains that he's been protecting the box because Tanjiro said it was more important than his own life. When someone he cares about is in danger, Zenitsu suddenly becomes incredibly brave. Earlier, Zenitsu had been lying unconscious on the ground. Thanks to his incredible hearing, he can understand conversations even while asleep. As he listens, he realizes Tanjiro has defeated the demon because the demon's sound has disappeared. Nearby, Shoichi is crying. The two had fallen out of the second-story window and Zenitsu protected him during the fall. But now, Zenitsu is panicking because his own head is bleeding. Suddenly, the boar-headed slayer rushes outside after sensing the presence of a demon. Zenitsu recognizes him instantly. He is the fifth person who passed the final selection and the fastest participant to run up and down the mountain. The boar slayer immediately notices Tanjiro's wooden box and charges toward it. Zenitsu throws himself in front of the box. No matter what, he won't let anyone touch it. The boar slayer yells, "Don't you know there's a demon inside?" And then comes the shocking truth. Zenitsu knew all along. He already knew Tanjiro was traveling with a demon because demons and humans sound different to him. But Tanjiro's sound is so gentle that it almost makes him cry. It is the gentlest sound he's ever heard. His hearing is so absurdly sharp that he can even tell what people are thinking about. He believes Tanjiro has his own reasons and wants to ask him face to face before judging him. So as far as he's concerned, the boar slayer should mind his own business. Man, he's such a good friend. The boar slayer responds by repeatedly kicking and beating him. Yet, Zenitsu refuses to let go. Then, things get worse. The boar slayer draws his sword and prepares to skewer both Zenitsu and the box together. That's when Tanjiro arrives. One punch straight to the stomach sends the boar slayer flying. Zenitsu's hearing is so sharp that he can actually hear the guy's ribs crack. Ouch. Tanjiro is furious. "Aren't you a member of the Demon Slayer Corps?" He explained that the reason Zenitsu won't draw his sword is because corps members aren't supposed to draw their blades and bully each other. And right now, Tanjiro is especially angry because this guy seems to be enjoying himself while everyone else is suffering. The boar slayer doesn't understand at all. "Oh, okay. Then let's fight with our bare hands." This guy is kind of slow. The fight begins and Tanjiro quickly realizes his opponent fights like a wild animal. His attacks come from impossible low angles and his flexibility is honestly terrifying. At one point, he twists his body into a ridiculous position and kicks Tanjiro straight in the back of the head. As he gets up, he starts praising himself and talking about how awesome he is. Meanwhile, Tanjiro is yelling at him to stop bending his body like that because it's bad for his bones. What a big brother. The boar slayer couldn't care less. He's having the time of his life. Tanjiro keeps yelling at him to think about his future and calm down. Then, headbutt. Tanjiro's signature move returns. The impact is so hard that the boar mask flies off, and everyone freezes. A woman? No, a boy. A very, very pretty boy. He introduces himself as Hashibira Inosuke. When Tanjiro asks him how he writes his name, he has absolutely no idea. And then he immediately passes out. Tanjiro hit him so hard he got a concussion. Zenitsu can only wonder how hard Tanjiro's head actually is. Sometime later, Inosuke wakes up. The first thing he wants to do is fight again. But then, he sees everyone burying the dead. Tanjiro immediately tells him he should help too. Inosuke refuses. But Tanjiro completely misunderstands. He assumes Inosuke's injuries still hurt and tells him not to worry about it. Burying people is hard work. They can handle it themselves. Inosuke should just go rest. Inosuke is absolutely offended. What do you mean he can't do it? Nobody is going to underestimate Hashibira Inosuke. And before anyone knows it, the entire burial job is finished. On the way down the mountain, Zenitsu insists on taking Shoichi because he still thinks he protected him. Tanjiro immediately scolds him and knocks him out. Afterward, the crow spits out a wisteria incense pouch to help repel demons, especially for Kiyoshi. After separating from the kids, Inosuke finally reveals that he grew up alone in the mountains. No parents, no siblings, no master. The only things he enjoys is testing his strength against other creatures, which immediately makes Tanjiro want to cry. In fact, Inosuke learned about demons and the Demon Slayer Corps by fighting demon slayers and taking their swords. That's also how he learned about the final selection. The guy literally brute forced his way into the corpse. Eventually, the crow guides them into a house bearing the Wisteria crest. The crow orders them to rest there until they're fully recovered. An elderly woman welcomes them inside, prepares meal and beds for them. Families with the Wisteria crest dedicate themselves to helping demon slayers and ask for nothing in return. Soon, a doctor examines them. All three have broken ribs. Tanjiro apologizes to Inosuke. Inosuke absolutely does not apologize to Zenitsu. Even while recovering, Inosuke constantly tries to bait Tanjiro into fighting him. But Tanjiro just keeps responding with kindness. So much kindness, in fact, that Inosuke eventually forgets all about the mysterious box. That's when Zenitsu finally asks Tanjiro about the demon he's carrying. Tanjiro sincerely thanks him. Even knowing the truth, Zenitsu protected the box. Zenitsu, you really are a good person. Tanjiro says he could smell that Zenitsu is both gentle and strong. Then, rattle. The box starts moving. Zenitsu immediately panics. As the lid opens, he's practically begging for protection. And then, Nezuko steps out. Zenitsu is instantly struck by her beauty. Meanwhile, Inosuke falls asleep. Tanjiro is about to introduce Nezuko properly, but Zenitsu is already staring at him with pure envy. So, this is what was inside the box? He's been carrying a cute girl around this whole time? Zenitsu got beaten up by Inosuke while Tanjiro was apparently traveling around with a beautiful girl? Give me back my sacrifice! Zenitsu is the absolute queen of drama. The next morning, after learning Nezuko is actually Tanjiro's sister, Zenitsu spends the entire day nodding and bowing. Meanwhile, Inosuke spends the entire day headbutting people. Soon, an emergency mission arrives. All demon slayers in the area are ordered to head to Natagumo Mountain immediately. As they leave, the old woman lights small sparks and prays for their safety. Inosuke gets offended because he has absolutely no idea what's happening. The poor guy really grew up in the mountains. When they arrive at the foot of Natagumo Mountain, Zenitsu takes one look at the mountain and decides he absolutely does not want to go inside. He freezes on the spot. Naturally, he and Inosuke start arguing. Then suddenly, a young demon slayer appears crawling on the ground, desperately begging for help. Tanjiro and Inosuke rush toward him, but before they can reach him, he's suddenly dragged backward through the air and disappears into the forest. The boy vanishes into the trees. Even Tanjiro is shaken, but he still says, "Let's go save him." At that moment, Inosuke steps forward. "I shall be the vanguard." As Inosuke charges ahead, spiders begin appearing everywhere. Tanjiro actually thanks him. The mountain itself gives off a twisted and unnatural smell that puts Tanjiro on edge. But Inosuke's confidence helps him move forward. Inosuke doesn't really understand why Tanjiro is thanking him. Strangely, it reminds him of the old woman who washed his clothes, gave him new clothes, and talked about the dinner she was going to make for them. Before he can think about it any longer, Tanjiro snaps him back to reality. Standing before them is another young demon slayer. "I am Kamado Tanjiro, rank 10. The boy immediately panics. "Rank 10? Why didn't they send a Hashira?" Inosuke instantly punches him, then demands an explanation. The boy reveals that 10 demon slayers entered the mountain. But after entering the forest, the others suddenly start killing each other. Then they spot another slayer, sword in hand, blood pouring from his mouth. And finally, we see the cause. A female demon. Thin threads stretch from her fingers like puppet strings. She calmly orders her dolls to dance as their limbs are torn apart. In this episode, we finally meet Inosuke. We discover that Zenitsu knew about Nezuko all along and begin the terrifying Natagumo Mountain arc. And trust me, things are about to get really creepy. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comment who made the better impression, Zenitsu or Inosuke. I'll see you soon for episode 10.